as you see, we have a lady here, 60 years old. She is begging for her life to be spared. Do you see her stepping away from this man? She is backing up from this man, and the man is simply walking up to engage. So people are scamming at an all-time high. People out here searching for the money. They're trying to get to the bag any way possible. And the crazy thing about like these people out here scamming, it's a worldwide thing. These scammers are hiding behind computers. You don't even know who these scammers are. You don't know where they're from. This video right here, it has to do with scammers. It was a lady, she was an Uber driver, and she was deleted by a man who was in the middle of a scam. Let's go ahead and watch this video. Let's dissect some things, and thank you for joining. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's check this video out right now.
An 81-year-old man is charged with murder in a strange case that involved a scam caller and an Uber driver in the wrong place at the wrong time. The Clark County Sheriff's Office saying William Brock is charged with the murder of Lolitha Hall back on March 25th. The Sheriff's Office saying Brock received a scam call claiming a relative of his was in jail and needed money to get out. While on the phone, Lolitha Hall, an Uber driver, was told to pick up a package at Brock's home. When she arrived, the Sheriff's Office says Brock held her at gunpoint and demanded to know who told her to come to his house. When she tried to leave, deputies say he shot her once, got into a scuffle, and shot her 2 more times, killing her. The Sheriff's Office says Hall had nothing to do with the scam. Brock pleaded not guilty and is being held on a $200,000 bond.
First and foremost, before we get into the situation, I do want to send my condolences out to the family, because at the end of the day, nobody deserves to pass away like that. They're on the job, okay? But there are a few concerning things that I do want to bring up. She works for Uber. So my question is this. Now, I know that these apps, they implement new things like weekly or whatever the case may be, but she was told to go pick up a package. Why would somebody contact her on the phone and say, hey, go ahead and pick up this package from said location, and they work at Uber? Okay, was this something that had to do with Uber? The only thing you're doing with Uber is you're doing Uber Eats, which means you're dropping off food, or you're picking up people and you're shuttling them around. That right there was kind of like a red flag when I heard that. Obviously, whoever made that phone call and told her to do that could have possibly been within that scam, but hey, who knows? If y'all know anything about Uber Eats and what they have implemented recently, drop it down below, because why would you be picking up something from somebody's house when you work at Uber? Scamming is at an all-time high. The thing about these scammers is you won't even see them. You won't even know them. They could be on the other side of the country scamming you. They looking you up, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure you out, trying to get all of the money that they can out of you. And the sad thing about it is that they prey on the older people because they are not hip. They don't understand what's going on. So when somebody calls them frantically like, hey, so-and-so is in jail in a whole nother country. Well, we got to get him out of jail. He has no money here. We need you to send $25,000 for that. Okay, I'll send $25,000. Then send $25,000. Okay, well, he's out of jail. We're going to get him situated and he has to get a flight back. We need $6,000 for that. Okay, you know, so at the end of the day, we have to do our due diligence, and we have to let the older people know, like, hey, this is the latest scam that's going on out here. You need to know this, and you need to understand that, hey, you can't just be believing anybody who calls your phone and say that they're said person. You cannot take their word and run with it. And that's just what it is. We about to get into this next clip because the video will explain a lot. And the sad part about it is this. He said that he was innocent. Look at that smirk on his face. He's saying that he's totally innocent. He's 80 years old. He's innocent. One thing that he doesn't understand is that she had a dash cam in her vehicle. Now, he probably didn't have cameras at his house. Let's get into this next clip.
Here behind me is where a scam call turned deadly, and I'm going to step out of the way here so you can get a look here. The man who lives here is accused of shooting and killing an Uber driver. He now faces a murder charge and potential other charges.
luckily, there was some type of footage. This lady right here. As you see, we have a lady here, 60 years old. She is begging for her life to be spared. Do you see her stepping away from this man? She is backing up from this man, and the man is simply walking up to engage. When we listened to what the news reporter said, she said, hey, she got shot one time. There was a scuffle. She fought for her life. Then he shot her 2 more times. You cannot sit here and tell me that this is not intentional. Look at this right here on the screen. She is begging. She is pleading for her life to be spared. But yet, even though she didn't have any weapons on her, the only thing she has on her or in her possession, as far as in her hand, is a cell phone. Look at the fear within her eyes. This is the only video. I'm happy that she had this dash cam in her vehicle, because he didn't know anything about it, obviously. He probably didn't even have cameras around his house. So he probably would have been all clear. Hey, if this right here, if this dash cam was not in her vehicle, he probably could have got away scot-free. Hey, she came up to my porch going crazy, but boom, boom, boom. And I just had to do it. I was defending myself. Let me tell you something. He's saying that he's 100% innocent. But as we see this video, he's pushing forth. She's bagging back. She's pleading to be let go. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. We living in a day and age where, yeah, the scammers are here, but the common sense is not. If she was to come to that house and pick up the box and walk off, then just let her walk off. He didn't even have to come outside. He didn't have to open up the door. If he felt like his life was in danger, why didn't he call the police? It was plenty of options that he could have taken, because this started in the morning. And he said that he got calls from scammers that morning. You got calls saying that your family member was in jail, but you knew it was a scam. See, you got to understand, like, when they saying stuff on the news, some of this stuff is not adding up. So if this is what he's saying that happened, listen carefully to what she said that he said happened.
Here behind me is where a scam call turned deadly, and I'm going to step out of the way here so you can get a look here. The man who lives here is accused of shooting and killing an Uber driver. He now faces a murder charge and potential other charges. According to reports, authorities say William Brock had been receiving multiple threatening scam calls the morning of March 25th. The calls were concerning an incarcerated relative, and Brock was told to meet at the courthouse to pay a ransom of $12,000 in bail money, or they would kill him and his relative. Around the same time of the call, Lolitha Hall received directions from the same person or an accomplice, instructing her to go to Brock's home to pick up a package for delivery. Dashcam video from Hall's car shows her arrive to Brock's home to pick up that package. According to reports from the Clark County Sheriff's Office, Brock allegedly had a gun. This video appears to confirm that. The incident report says Brock allegedly took Hall's phone and wouldn't let her leave, and when she tried to go, authorities say Brock then shot Hall. They started fighting, and he shot her 2 more times. Authorities received a call from Brock saying he had shot someone on his property because they were trying to rob him. When units arrived, they found Hall with multiple gunshot wounds, and Brock was bleeding from his head.
With her phone?
Hall was flown to Kettering Hospital in Dayton, where she died. Reports say while officials were on scene, Brock's landline phone kept ringing, and when one officer picked it up, the man on the other line said he was an officer. And the real officer explained what happened and asked the caller to meet. And he agreed, but never showed up. We reached out to Uber, and they responded with this statement saying in part, quote, "There is no other way to describe this incident than a horrific tragedy. Our hearts continue to be with Lolitha's loved ones as they grieve her sudden loss. We have been in contact with law enforcement and remain committed to supporting their investigation." End quote. Uber also went on to say the account of the individual who ordered the Uber trip has been banned. The sheriff's office is also reminding residents to be extra cautious, and that no law enforcement agency or court will call you and demand for bail money over the phone. That goes for any other court functions as well. Reporting in Springfield, Grace Hewitt, 2 News.
Let's figure this out. If your loved one is in jail, then what do we do next? Okay, well, let's figure out where he's locked up at. He or she is locked up at. Okay, you on the phone with the scammer. Okay, well, hey, where is he locked up at? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, well, all right, for sure. Well, I gotta go to the bathroom. Hang up. Call the police department and see if your loved one is actually locked up, and see what is going on with that person if said person is locked up. That is where the issue starts, because he didn't do anything but answer the phone and fell into this deep web of lies. You know, when the kids go to school, those commercials come up. Hey, be aware of scams that do this, that, and the third. And then it's our responsibility as the young ones to let the older ones know, like, hey, these scams are out here. Y'all just got to be aware of that. Hey, if people calling you about X, Y, and Z, just hang up the phone and start making some phone calls to your people and to the police. Tragedy in Ohio, man. Let me know what y'all think about the man. Do y'all think that he should go to jail? Do you think he was innocent for what he did? I mean, we know that she's on his property. She's not harming him whatsoever. She literally has a cell phone in her hand, and she's pleading for her life, and she's bagging up. So based off of the footage that I seen, there should be an open and closed case. Shouldn't even take 30 minutes. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Let's get active down there, y'all. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Y'all be safe.